everyone complains they don't have enough time. Enough me time. They don't have enough free time. Time for their hobbies, time for their passions, time to get in shape, time to learn something new. We've already talked before about how we actually have more free time now than in any other population in the past of all recorded history. We don't have to copy books by hand, plow our own fields with a mule, or hell, drive to the grocery store or bank anymore. Let's do a little back of the envelope math here, just to find out how much free time we actually have. Okay, there's 24 hours in a day, right? That's 168 hours in a week, 8,760 hours in a year. Now, some of those hours are spoken for, of course. You get a good 8 hours of sleep, that's 2,920 of the 8,760 gone. If you work 40 hours a week for 49 weeks, excluding holidays and 2 weeks vacation, you're working 1,960 hours. Subtracting all this takes us down to 3,880 waking, non-working hours. Of course, people have vastly different levels of caregiving or chore responsibilities, and some people work more or fewer hours per day. But we can imagine that just about everybody has somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 discretionary hours per year. The American Time Use Survey pegs the population average at about 5.19 hours of leisure per day, or 1,894 hours per year. Even the busiest segment of our population, working mothers of children under the age of 6, tend to have about 3.15 hours of discretionary time per day, equaling 1,150 hours per year. Now then, when you crunch the numbers, it's not such a small number, is it? You can do a lot in 1,000 to 2,000 hours. Well, like what, Darren? Well, hell, that's an important question here. The average adult spends 3.5 hours a day of non-work related screen time on their freaking phones alone, not counting time watching TV. That's 1,277 hours gone. 100% of your discretionary free time. Only 2 hours a day, giving yourself 1.5 hours a day to screen suck your face off, is 730 hours in a year, or 73% of a busy person's discretionary budget. What else could you do with that 730 hours? People always spout such things as learn a foreign language, learn to play the guitar, train for a marathon, write a book. Well, according to the Foreign Language Training Program, English speakers can reach general professional fluency in related languages such as French, Spanish, or Danish in about 600 to 750 hours. Basic competence as a rhythm guitar player can be achieved in 625 hours. Training for a marathon requires about 10 hours a week for 16 weeks. That's only 160 hours total. People who participate in the National Novel Writing Month each November, which requires writing a 50,000-word novel in 30 days, often devote about 3 hours a day to this pursuit. That means somebody could crank out a very rough first draft of a book in about 90 hours. Double that for editing, so that's 270 hours per book, which means you could write 2.5 novels during that same 730 hours. But instead, you Netflix and chill, or you doom scroll news online, or you dumb scroll social media, or you just generally procrastinate, dilly-dally, overschedule trivial obligations, attempt to multitask to your detriment, or don't hire inexpensive and more expert labor to delegate non-vital and unenjoyable chores. My urgent reminder for you here this morning is this: the time is there. There is more of it there than at any other time in all of human history. If you squander all that wonderful free time, that is just a tragedy. If you complain about not having enough free time, that is a freaking crime. Stop it. Evaluate how you are spending, as in wasting, the free time that you have. Start by confessing below. Come on, be bold. The first step to change is acknowledgement. What ways do you squander your free time? In other words, what are you spending your time on outside of your deep, concentrated, and fully focused work time that is not bringing you joy or the lifestyle results that you want? And tell us, when you stop spending time on those things, what do you want to do with your free time now? What passions, pursuits, hobbies, learnings, or adventures do you want to engage in? Inspire us with your ideas in the comments below.